Guest of honor, Honorable Nape Moses Nnauye, Member of Parliament, Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania, Mr. Celestine Kakele, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology, United Republic of Tanzania, Mrs. Sandra Nnauye, Chairperson of Papua Administration Council, Dr. Sifunde Chief Moyo, Secretary General of PAPU, Madam Jessica Hope Sengoba, Assistant Secretary General of PAPU, Mr. Frank Mbando, Representative of the Regional Administrative Secretary Arusha, Mr. Mulembo Munaku, Director of Communication Services, Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Chief Executive Officers, Postmaster Generals of the designated postal operators and the Director Generals of the regulatory authorities, distinguished PAPU Administrative Council, members present here and those following online, representative of Restricted Union present here and those following online, associate members and observers present here and those following online, members of the media fraternity present here, invited distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Literally in Swahili that means the United Republic of Tanzania, and they responded, let's the work continue. I don't know, Mheshimiwa Waziri, kama nimepatia hicho Kiingereza. Honorable guest of honor, we are here this morning for the Postal Business Dialogue opening session. And as you have been informed, this dialogue is on PAPU Tower, inspiring the African postal sector information to anchor digital and smart economy. So, to have the program rolling, I would like to invite my co-director of ceremony to come and speak to us. He will be handling this morning session. Mr. Oyuke, wherever you are, please, karibu sana hapa. Mr. Oyuke is the PAPU Communication and Protocol Officer. So this is his baby, and today he's going to preside over. Okay. I'm being told Mr. Oyuke is not yet ready, so I'll get the ball rolling. My apologies for the interference. Now, to begin our opening session, I would like to invite the Tanzania Post Corporation PMG, Mr. Marcus Daniel Mbodo, to give his welcoming remark. Tafadhali karibu. This is the youngest Postmaster General in the whole world.
Our guest of honor, Honorable Nape Moses Nnauye, the Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania, Mr. Celestine Kakele, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology, United Republic of Tanzania, Mrs. Sandra Nnauye, Chairperson of PAPU Administration Council, Dr. Sifunde Chief Moyo, Secretary General of PAPU, Madam Jessica Hope Sengoba, Assistant Secretary General of PAPU, Mr. Frank Mbando, Representative Regional Administrative Secretary Arusha, Mr. Mulembo Munaku, Director of Communication Services, Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Chief Executive Officers, Postmaster General of the designated postal operators and Director General of regulatory authorities, distinguished PAPU Administrative Council members present here and those following online, representatives of restricted unions present here and those following online, associate members and observers present here and those following online, members of the media present here, invited distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. I feel greatly honored and privileged to be the first speaker to address this important and historical forum. On behalf of my board of directors, management, and all Postal family members in Tanzania, I would like to welcome you all here in Arusha, a peaceful city in our beautiful land popularly known as the Geneva of Africa. Guests of honor, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. In 2016, the United Nations General Assembly declared that the internet access is a human right. After such a declaration, all governments, including ours, decided seriously to put in place strong policies, laws, and strategies to create a good environment for all citizens to have access of this new human right called the internet. As a result of this initiative, everything now is being pushed into the internet space. Now, the world is talking about e-learning, e-medicine, e-sports, e-meeting, e-shopping, e-agriculture, e-government, and etc., etc. The so-called during working hours and after working hours is no longer necessary. Citizens and customers now want to be served within 24/7, wherever they are, without necessarily being mandated to visit the respective office premises. Guests of honor, after analyzing thoroughly these being changes, and with the guidance and support from our President, our Vice President, the support from the President of Zanzibar, and the ministry you are leading, guests of honor, we are now experiencing, as Tanzania Post Corporation, the transformation success stories through implementing our new strategic business plan 2022-2023 up to 25-26, which we established it purposely under your guidance, which has the focus of digitalization of Tanzania Post for business improvement and sustainability. Currently, internally, we have managed to develop our own cost-free operations management system called the Posta Management Information System, which, among others, it helps us to know live what is going on in all offices and branches we have, including how much revenue is generated per product, per office, and country-wise at any particular point of time without asking the reports from all branches. Externally, guests of honor, we have developed our mobile application called the Posta at your Pan, Posta Kiganjani, which is available at Play Store and Apple Store to assist our customers and citizens to access our postal services within 24/7 wherever they are. With this application, our customers are now enjoying our services, such as application and payment of physical boxes, virtual boxes, money transfer, real estate services, online shopping, both for normal products and stamps and philatelic stamps, and many other services by using their mobile phones wherever they are. Guests of honor, this forum holds paramount significance to all of us as making the Africa postal sector become the sector of the best sector of the African Union is within our hands. Tanzania in particular is ready to share its experience, learn, relearn, and unlearn from our colleagues in this forum. Guests of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in closing my remarks, I would like to welcome you all, especially at our Arusha Post, so that you experience gesture of our operations and transformation we are going on. We are well prepared to offer you the best service you will need from us. If you need to change your currency to local currency, We have the Bureau de Change office in this campus, and our team are already prepared to serve you. But if you will need to buy anything from our country, anywhere from our country, please, you just visit our website. You can buy it through our own Posta e-shop, and we will pick that item, deliver it to here where you like it, or deliver it to your home place, to your home address, and you will meet it there. With these few remarks, thank you all for your kind attention. Asante sana, merci beaucoup, siabonga, obrigado, lizotenda zikuru, shukran.
I told you this is the youngest PMG in the world. You believe me now. Full of energy and full of zeal. Another round of applause for our PMG. Watanzania tupige makofi. Huyu ndio Postmaster General kijana kuliko wote duniani. Honorable guest of honor, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Minister for Information, Communication, Technology, United Republic of Tanzania, Engineer Kundo Matthew. I don't see him around anymore, but also the presence of Chairman of Regulators Forum, Mr. Christian Katende, and all other dignitaries who are here with us. To proceed with the program, may I now kindly invite Dr. Jabiri Kue, the Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority Director General, to give his remarks. Karibu sana, Doctor.
Honorable guest of honor, Nape, Nnauye, Mbunge, the Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Kundo Matthew, the Deputy Minister, the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, Mr. Kakere, heads of delegations and representatives of governments, representative of African Union Commission, chairperson of PAPO Administrative Council, the Secretary General of the Pan-African Post Union, Dr. Sifundo Chief Moyo, the Assistant Secretary General of the Pan-African Post Union, Ms. Jessica Sengoba, the CEOs and DGs of regulatory authorities here present, the CEOs and Postal Master Generals of the Postal Administrations, the Secretary General of the East African Community, the Executive Secretary of Restricted Union present, the Postal Master General of the Tanzania Postal Corporation, invited guests, all participants, media present, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this Postal Business Forum for Regulators, Operators and Partners organized by the Pan-African Post Union, PAP, here in the city of Arusha. I am also happy that so many CEOs have joined this forum, and it is a clear signal that the postal business has embraced its share of responsibility in supporting the United Nations 2030 Agenda and its Sustainable Development Goals, especially revitalized Global Partnership for Sustainable Development, as well as Africa 2063 Agenda on Transformed Economies. It is evident that we are in a period of reviewing strategies, solutions, and discuss how to scale up innovative approaches promoted by postal business and industry. As business leaders, we are at the front line of innovation. We know that sustainable solutions are critical for business to thrive in the long term, and indeed, we are catalysts of change. To this end, I'm looking forward to a fruitful discussion on various subject matters to be discussed today. honorable guests of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this business conference is very important for all of us because we live in a period of rapid change of technology, innovation, and the ICT in the driving force to the change in the postal sector. It is encouraging indeed to see so many experts representing a wide range of economies and international organizations across Africa in this room today. I believe that this forum will serve as a platform for extensive exchange of ideas among participants, which will promote further studies and actions leading to a better trading environment at this critical junction against the backdrop of global technology advancement. We meet against a background where investment in postal activities across Africa is quite low. As a result of that, both intra-African postal exchange and our share of global business are equally low. We must, in this context, use this forum to leverage postal businesses to substantially contribute to overcoming this structural weakness through appropriate transformation and in the process contribute to technological innovation and digital economy in Africa. Guests of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, digital transformation of postal services is a strategic priority as digital economy keeps on growing in our countries. Postal operators globally are implementing new technologies to diversify, modernize, and design services that will fit customers' demand and business associates. Guests of honor, distinguished guests, embracing economy, e-commerce, through new approaches by recognizing partnership involving governments, public institutions, and private companies must be priority as parcel business is on the increase. This will not be possible in Africa postal administrations that will not be prepared well, that is not well prepared to face the current reality. The strategic plans must be developed to put in place initiatives and workable solutions and means to tap benefits derived by e-commerce. I argue the postal fraternity to continue re-evaluating strategies to cope with the existing situation of digitization and treating as a turning point to other avenues which are in hand with giving solutions to the current situation, either by changing service delivery mode or changes in the products and services so as to maintain customers and sector stakeholders for business continuity through protecting the postal industry and strengthening its capacity to anticipate and manage similar crises in the future. Dear guests of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, evidently Africa requires strong institutions at this point in time and in the future to steer her to the much cherished development and prosperity of a united continent. Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority would like to fully associate itself with PAP towards looking into all aspects relating to the establishment of a strong postal services in Africa. We believe that together we can transform PAPU into one strong unification in Africa in the near future for the common good of all people in Africa. Guests of honor, the purpose of improving postal industry calls for sustained dialogue, collaboration, confidence building, and learning between among members. Postal contributions to the development of the digital economy and the ongoing ST boom offers a unique opportunity for the development of postal services in Africa. While embracing innovations as it is no longer an option, the Post must devote all its efforts accordingly and while engaging external stakeholders. In conclusion, I wish to express my gratitude to PAP for organizing this forum that will facilitate a platform for postal players and stakeholders in the region to beyond to share best practices in this industry. I'm sure the results of this forum will enhance the region's contribution to UPU initiatives, and more so, the development of inclusive future strategy for the postal sector. I thank you for your kind attention. Karibuni sana. Shukran.
Thank you, Dr. Jabir. May I acknowledge the presence of the entire Ministry of Information, Communication and Information Technology. They are all here with us, including our Tanzania Government Chief Spokesperson. If you may just raise your hand, please, we know where you are. We are honored to have you with us here today. Next on the program, ladies and gentlemen, guest of honor, we are now going to hear remarks by PAPU Secretary General, Dr. Sifundo Chief Moyo, who is now an adopted son of Tanzania. Karibu sana, Doctor. A round of applause, please.
Asante sana kaka. The guest of honor, Honorable Nape Moses Nnauye, the Minister of Information Communication and Information Technology, the United Republic of Tanzania, the Deputy Minister in the same ministry, the engineer that we saw, the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the ministry, Mr. Celestine Kakele, Mrs. Sandra Nnauye, the Chairperson of the PAPU Administrative Council, the Assistant Secretary General of the Pan-African Postal Union, Mrs. Jessica Hope Sengoba. Guest of honor, allow me to say all protocols observed. It is so heartwarming to see this full house where we have a lot of our partners coming to join us. And guest of honor, allow me to, at this moment in time, invite my Assistant Secretary General to come forward, because I know a lot of our partners who are not in the postal sector have not seen the woman driving this organization. You can stand here. They say behind every successful man is a woman, but not in the context you are thinking. She is the brains behind and the energy behind what you are seeing. You may be seeing a lot of my face, but she will be behind the scenes doing everything that is required. That's why you will see today, because we are now reaching the home stretch, she's going to do our closing remarks at the end of this program. Thank you. Guest of honor, I will not want to take a lot of your time, but to say you are seeing for yourself the interest that is there in the sector. And as the General Secretariat, we organized this dialogue so that distinguished delegates who are coming to the inauguration of the PAPU Tower have this opportunity to interact and exchange views and ideas as a build-up to that momentous occasion. And Honorable Minister, what is going to be discussed here would possibly be offloaded tomorrow when we have a ministers' roundtable meeting. And hopefully, Honorable Minister, when we have the main program with Her Excellency, the President of this country, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, we can then have ministers giving just a summary to say this is what we have been discussing in the past 2 days. And after that, we will all be able to then pull in the same direction. Without much ado, I would like to thank you, guest of honor, for sparing time to be with us, and also to thank the host country for facilitating and helping us to organize this event, and most importantly, the distinguished delegates who are here. Without you, this program would be not possible. It will not make sense. It will not take off. So I hope you are going to enjoy your day, and I hope you are going to exchange views as we build our African postal sector going forward. I thank you.
Thank you, SG, for your remarks. And now, with all due respect, may I now invite Mr. Christian Katende, the chairman of the Regulators Forum, to speak to us this morning. Mr. Chairman of the Regulators Forum, please, karibu.
Excellences, Monsieur le ministre de l'Information, de la Communication et de Nouvelles Technologies de la Tanzanie, invité d'honneur à cette cérémonie. Excellences, Monsieur le vice-ministre de la Communication, de l'Information et des Nouvelles Technologies. Excellences, Monsieur le secrétaire général adjoint du ministère de l'Information, de la Communication et des Nouvelles Technologies, Madame la présidente du conseil d'administration de l'UPAP, Monsieur le secrétaire général de l'UPAP, Madame la secrétaire générale adjointe de l'UPAP, Mesdames et Messieurs les directeurs généraux des autorités de régulation et des postes, Mesdames et Messieurs les chefs de délégation des États membres de l'UPAP, Mesdames et Messieurs les chefs de délégation des organisations régionales et internationales partenaires, Mesdames et Messieurs les délégués, distingués invités, Mesdames et Messieurs, c'est un honneur pour moi de présider ce forum, ce dialogue entre les opérateurs postaux, les régulateurs, ainsi que les partenaires. Invités. Face à tous ces enjeux marquant aujourd'hui le secteur postal, tant au niveau des infrastructures que de l'offre et de la demande sur le marché, il est important que l'ensemble des parties prenantes puissent réfléchir sur les stratégies et tactiques idoines pour répondre aux besoins de nos populations. Pour assurer un futur solide sur le secteur postal dans le monde numérique, il est essentiel que les gouvernements élaborent des politiques et stratégies nationales appropriées pour la transformation du secteur postal qui soient cohérentes avec les politiques dans le domaine du numérique et dans d'autres domaines, ainsi qu'une coopération soutenue qui soit développée entre les acteurs du secteur. Le dialogue sectoriel s'inscrit dans cette nouvelle dynamique que nous voulons instaurer dans notre organisation qui est celle de mettre ensemble les acteurs clés du secteur, les régulateurs et les opérateurs, pour débattre de questions transversales à l'ère du numérique et qui demandent des échanges d'expériences afin d'atteindre nos objectifs respectifs en offrant des services innovants, de qualité, abordables et surtout compétitifs. J'apprécie les thèmes qui ont été choisis et la qualité des panélistes qui sont appelés à animer les différents panels. J'ai la ferme conviction que les débats seront fructueux et que les conclusions et recommandations pertinentes qui en découleront permettront de faire avancer un élan particulier au secteur pour lequel nous nous battons pour son développement. Ainsi, au cours de ce dialogue sectoriel, il s'agira d'abord des échanges sur les grands enjeux du secteur, entre notamment les opérateurs postaux et les autorités de régulation, leur stratégie sur la transformation recherchée des secteurs des services postaux à l'ère du numérique, pour en faire une véritable locomotive de la croissance économique. Et ensuite, nos partenaires se prononceront sur les perspectives de partenariat avec la Poste en matière de prestations de services et de déploiement de solutions novatrices dans différents secteurs d'activités postales, notamment le commerce électronique, l'administration en ligne, la santé en ligne, la philatélie, etc. Ce dialogue sectoriel va nous permettre d'échanger sur 3 thèmes, notamment comment penser le modèle économique postal à l'ère du numérique, comment optimiser l'innovation et la diversification dans le secteur postal, comment équilibrer le portefeuille de produits et services pour améliorer la durabilité de l'activité postale. Je souhaite ainsi de bons débats en attendant de retrouver la cérémonie de clôture qui nous fera profiter des recommandations qui seront tirées de ces différents échanges. Ainsi, je vous remercie tous pour votre attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christian Katende, the chairman of the Regulators Forum. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with all due respect, I have the honor to invite the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Information, Communication and Information Technology, Mr. Celestin Gevas-Kakere, to give his remarks, but also to invite the guest of honor to open the dialogue. Please, karibu.
Honorable Nape Moses Nnauye, our Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology, Honorable Engineer Andrea Kundo, the Deputy Minister for Information, Communication and Information Technology, Dr. Sifundo Chief Moyo, the Secretary General of PAP. I recognize the presence of Mr. Makris Mbodo, the Tanzania Post Master General, Dr. Jabiri Kue, the Director General of Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority. May I recognize the presence of Mr. Christian Katende, Chairman of the Regulators Forum, and the CEO of the Regulatory Body of the Democratic Republic of Congo. I recognize the presence of Mr. Frank Mbando, representing the Regional Administrative Secretary of Arusha, members of the media, invited distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mine is not a speech, just to give a few words of welcoming our guest of honor. A very good morning to you all. It is my pleasure to stand before you on behalf of Mr. Mohammed Hamis Abdullah, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Information, Communication and Information Technology, to welcome you all to this Postal Business Forum. In particular, I would especially like to thank Honorable Minister Nape for being present here today to officiate the opening of this important forum, which brings together operators and regulators of postal services. We understand how demanding and busy your schedule is, and therefore being with us here this morning is a clear sign of commitment you attach to the development of postal sector here in Tanzania and within the PAP member countries. In the same vein, it is with utmost pleasure for me to extend a warm welcome to each and one of you gathered here today at the official opening of the Postal Business Forum. It is an honor to have such a distinguished group of speakers, delegates, and representatives from various esteemed postal sector organizations and institutions here present. I believe the views, thoughts, and insights generated here today will inform policy and decision makers on steps we take going forward to upscale the provision of postal services and its entire ecosystem. Honorable guests of honor, I would also like to acknowledge and thank the leadership of PAP Secretariat under the able stewardship of Dr. Sifundo Moyo, the Secretary General, for coming up with this well-conceived idea of having a business forum and the ministerial roundtable as part of the celebrations towards the commissioning of PAP Tower on 2nd September 2023. This forum is a platform of exchanging views and experiences among CEOs and regulators on how best the immense opportunities brought by the waves of ICT and postal services delivery can be harnessed. On the other side of the coin, the forum will help us to identify the challenges facing the postal sector, both on operational and regulatory framework, and suggest how best we can together navigate through those bottlenecks and turn them into opportunities. Given the importance of having such platforms for engagements, I'm happy to learn that it has been decided to institutionalize such forums. It is through such collaboration dialogue that we can collectively shape the future of this vital sector and drive innovation and sustainable agenda growth within PAP member countries for the betterment of our people. For the CEOs and regulators, particularly those who will be actively taking part in this forum, we are honored to have you here and looking forward to benefit from invaluable expertise and guidance in managing the postal services industry. Over the course of this forum, you will discuss crucial topics, share best practices, and engage in meaningful discussions that will pave the way for more efficient and sustainable African postal ecosystem. The challenges we face are enormous, but by leveraging our collective knowledge and experiences, I am confident that we can overcome them and unlock the immense potential that lies within the postal sector in Africa. Honorable guests of honor, it is with this important call that I encourage all participants to this forum to actively contribute, share insights, and forge valuable connections during this forum. Please seize the opportunity to foster collaboration. build partnership, and lay the groundwork for a brighter future of the postal sector in our region and beyond. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. May this Postal Business Forum be a resounding success, and may our discussions and deliberations lead us towards a more prosperous and inclusive postal industry. With these few remarks, may I now, with all due respect, call upon Honorable Minister to come to the podium to deliver your speech. Asante na karibu Mheshimiwa Waziri. Asante sana.
Engineer Andrew Kundo, the Deputy Minister in the Ministry of Information, Communication and Information Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania. I acknowledge the presence of Mr. Celestine Kakere, the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Sandra Nnauye, Chairperson of PAP Administration Council, Dr. Sifundo Chief Moyo, the Secretary General of PAP, but I also acknowledge the presence of my friend Mr. Christian Katende, the Chairman of Regulators Forum, Madam Jessica Hope Segoba, Assistant Secretary General of PAP, the representative from the Regional Administration in Arusha, the Director of Communication Services in the Ministry here in Tanzania, Chief Executive Officers, Posta Master Generals of the designated postal operators, and Directors of General of Regulatory Authorities, distinguished PAP Administrative Council members present here and those following us online, representatives of restricted unions present here, and the ones who are following us online, associate members and observers present here, and those who are following us online, members of the media present here, invited guests, good morning to you all. Kindly allow me to take this opportunity to thank our Almighty God for His blessings and grace for allowing us to meet here today in this August session. On behalf of the people of the United Republic of Tanzania, I extend a very special warm welcome to all the distinguished delegates here present. I plead to you to feel at home and please spare your limited time to enjoy the beauty and the hospitality of Arusha, the home and the epicenter of several tourist attractions, including the tallest world freestanding mountain and a roof of Africa, the Mount Kilimanjaro, Ngorongoro, Serengeti, and Olduvai Gorge, the cradle of mankind. We are extremely happy to receive you all, not as guests or visitors, but we consider you as our brothers and sisters. So karibuni sana Arusha, karibuni sana Tanzania. Distinguished delegates, as we meet for the 41st ordinary session of the Administrative Council of Pan-African Postal Union here in Arusha, we are all familiar with the many challenges that the postal sector is facing today. Noting this, I place my sincere appreciation to the General Secretariat of the PAP for holding the Post Business Forum for operators, regulators, and partners, as it clearly demonstrates the zeal and determination of upscaling the development of the postal sector in Africa. As our daily operations require, we all know that the universal postal services are the services whereby our governments have pledged to offer the entire population throughout without prejudice to the set quality standard and at affordable prices. Not considering the universal services obligation, it is likely that operators would not serve rural areas, or even when they do, they would do so at unaffordable rates to the exclusion of many. So, distinguished delegates, the need to ensure a clear distribution of responsibilities between the policy-making function, which is the government, the regulatory function, which is the regulator, and the operational aspects, the operators, has always been laying on our shoulders. We have been advancing the One Africa, One Territory, One Post narrative, but the operations of postal services vary from one African state to the other. We all agree the mode of an independent regulatory authority responsible for the regulation of both postal and telecommunication services is well working. However, in the countries of East and Southern Africa, the regulatory authorities generally report to the ministries responsible for postal and telecommunication services, while in the West and Central Africa, the regulation of postal and telecommunication services is often separate from both the designated operator and the ministry in charge of the postal sector. Distinguished delegates, despite of such regulatory challenges, the postal network in Africa still plays a vital role, providing infrastructure that is being used to bridge the digital divide, especially in rural areas, through the provision of various ICT services. In our Tanzania, the Tanzania Postal Corporation, for example, has 36 internet cafes where customers can access information, as well as community information centers installed at 6 of its post offices. The Post is also currently offering e-learning services. Our role as regulators, operators, and partners should always be to strive for alignment of regulatory frameworks, as well as portability of postal services within our continent, notwithstanding different regulatory regimes we have at the moment. We are supposed to forge for the right partnerships and collaboration that will provide solutions to these issues through events such as this conference. It is through this forum we can deliberate on how our African post offices can thrive to tap in socio-economic opportunities arising from changing global logistic trends and e-commerce, as well as the capacity to innovate and deliver inclusive postal social services in Africa. Distinguished delegates, please allow me to share with you few bites from the African Union Agenda 2063. We are all aware that the African Union has embarked on a flagship project of Agenda 2063 through the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, so as to boost intra-Africa trade, particularly trade in value-added production and trade across all sectors of Africa's economy. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement seeks to promote intra-African trade by strengthening the continent's trade infrastructure for the efficient and the timely movement of goods across borders. Africa's postal and express industry forms part of that trade infrastructure. Our postal sector should be ready to facilitate to this initiative, as around half of all newly generated trade will be facilitated by express delivery services. Therefore, it is important that regulations governing postal services are aligned with the fundamental goals of African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Let us use our vast postal network that extends into rural and other marginalized areas across Africa to tap in the opportunities that comes with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. We should align our regulations so that to facilitate easy movement of goods from one city to another within the vast African borders and support Africa's exporters and traders, particularly micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. My friends, dear delegates, posts are well positioned to provide effective, reliable, and profitable commercial services to the business community, especially to the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. There are several examples of posts providing end-to-end e-commerce solutions covering the whole e-commerce value chain. One cannot overemphasize the extreme relevance, the timing, and the importance of this forum to the African postal sector generally. It is also ideal to consider the changing global contexts, such as increased globalization, ICT revolution, and the unit of the continent and the capability of relying support around its own common agenda. Distinguished delegates, there are key learning points that as operators, regulators, and partners we need to adopt going forward with regards to responding to clients' needs and creating a win-win environment for both operators and the consumers of our products. I trust that as we continue deliberating on various matters during this forum, we will cordially come out with practical solutions and resolutions that will benefit our businesses and the industry as a whole. Let our collective vision create an integrated and prosperous Africa based on inclusive growth and sustainable development. If we integrated as region, as Africa, the theme inspiring African postal sector transformation to anchor digital and smart economies will be realized. I once again welcome you all to Tanzania and wish you a fruitful stay. As you wind up your meeting programs, kindly do apportion time to meet and interact with our hospitable people as they take you around Arusha and the other areas in Tanzania. I wish to assure you, the people of this country, they are welcoming you. They will be your good hosts. And if you wish to stay longer, we will facilitate that. I know they will take you to Nyamachoma. They will take you to the streets. One mentioned here that Arusha is Geneva of Africa. It's truly more than Geneva, because we are all coming here. And for the postal, now that we are going to launch your headquarters here, so it is more than Geneva. your warm welcome to Tanzania on behalf of the people of this country, on behalf of the President who is going to be here tomorrow and the day after tomorrow for the launch. And I'm sure we'll all gather there together to see what we have achieved together. On behalf of these people, these good people of this country, I really encourage you to stay more in this country. From here, you can visit several tourist attractions, as I said, and enjoy a wide spaces of the animal kingdom. A tour in Arusha will really give you a lifetime experience. I happened to, last December, I happened to go to Mount Kilimanjaro, to summit there. It was not easy, but I encourage you to try. It is about 5,895 meters above sea level. It is a good experience. To this point, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my great pleasure to declare this forum officially open, and I wish you fruitful and progressive deliberation. Long live African unity and solidarity. Thank you for listening. Merci beaucoup. Obrigado, shukrani, asanteni sana.
Another round of applause for our minister. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Speaking of Geneva of Africa, I've been officially informed the area around the Papu Tower is called the Ben of Africa. I don't know why. Maybe the SG will tell us, because I know Ben is where UPU is. So I don't know whether they are relating that to it. Guest of honor, we have come to the end of our opening ceremony, but before we let you go, I think you'll allow us to have you here taking some photos for a good memory of our first dialogue of the postal sector and the regulators here after the Papu Tower is ready. So please, your indulgence is sought to stay with us for the next about 7 minutes. Now, with all due respect, my co-director of ceremony, Mr. Oyuke, will take over from me. So, Kaka Oyuke, please welcome to the podium to take us through the group photos, as well as Mr. Oyuke will be moderating the Postal Business Forum. We'll call all the moderators for each session. Mr. Oyuke, please, karibu.
Thank you very much, Co-Director of Ceremony. Honorable guests of honor, distinguished delegates. Now it's time for group photo. And with this occasion, I would humbly request you to join the platform. And alongside you will be the chair of Admin Council, Madam Sandra, and Papu ASG, Madam Jessica. Kindly welcome to the platform. We will be having only 4 group photos today, unlike other days where we had many of them, including the MCs and the Director of Ceremonies. But today we'll have very few people. The first group will be regulators and PMGs. Please, because this is a regulatory forum, regulators and PMGs, please. Regulators and PMGs presently here, please. It's your turn to take group photo. Right after that group, we'll be having members of the UPU Consultative Council, CAB Committee, who are around here. Right after the regulators and PMGs, we'll be having members of the UPU Consultative Council. Yes, please remember not to have your tags or the name tags while taking a good photo. This seems to be, we can have two groups for regulators and PMGs. All right. You wait here. All right. While the group photos are being taken, may I take also this opportunity to remind you that there are exhibitions outside. Because there are many, I think those photos are in ref. Please, thank you. The first group. The second group will be the members of the UPU Consultative Committee. Kindly please join the high table for a group photo. Members of the UPU Consultative Committee, please. Let's use our time sparingly. We have a lot to do on today. Please, the badges. We can do without him now because of the time. Just take. Let's proceed. After that, we'll be having delegates from ministries of the PAPU member states. Delegates from ministries of the PAPU member states, please. The photos are enough for the PAPU Consultative Committee. Delegates from ministries of the PAPU member states. Yes. Ministries. Along that, I see this UPU Consultative Committee still consulting here. These are the ministries delegates from PAPU member state. Right after that, we'll be having the group photo for the ministry, very industrious, from the local organizing committee staff, because I know they have their management all around here. May I take this opportunity to welcome them for a group photo. And this serves as a gratitude to what they have done for PAPU and the PAPU member state. Staff from the ministry of the host country, please. Staff from the ministry of the host country, please, who are here. I'm told by protocol people that you have to put off the badges. Yeah, these are the brains against or around what is happening now and the marvelous sessions that we are having from last Thursday. Right after this, we'll be having the last group, which is international and regional organizations that are related to PAPU. international and regional organizations, please. The CRASA, IACO, UPU. AfraLead. International and regional organizations related to PAPU. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Guest of Honor, with your high table people. The group photo is done, or you want another pose? Because it seems like you're changing a pose. Thank you very much, high table. May I usher you to your ordinary place? Yeah, that marks our end of the first session and the opening ceremony. Because of the next announcements, I would like to accord you the way to your rooms. Thank you to the VIP. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I wanted you to signal. So please, a round of applause for the high table while they are moving, because they have given us wonderful speeches and they have given us very good, insightful words for our next panels and sessions. Thank you. I have a few announcements to make. We are having a tea break, and during tea break, SG would like to meet the panel, the moderators of the next sessions, 4 sessions at his office. There is an office there dedicated for them. So they will have to discuss on what will be coming next. And after that, we'll be having tea. There is interview for Wanahabari. I'm told they have to go the other side. Journalists.